Okay, before this video starts, look at my tattoo. I want you to go down and I want you to hit the subscribe button because banger shit is coming in 2018. Improvements to my brand, awesome products dropping. We actually just ordered some long sleeve shirts. Those are dropping January 1st, 2018. New camera, new editing software, it's just everything is gonna just explode. I'm so excited. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment your favorite BMX rider in the comments. Okay, let the video start. Welcome to the video. I got a tattoo. Can you see it? See that? That's fake. I drew that on myself with Sharpie. It's not real. Anyway, you clicked on this video because you want tips or advice on how to get sponsored. I see these videos and people talk about this that aren't really qualified to say anything about how to get sponsored. They've never been sponsored. They've never sponsored anyone. They've never done the research themselves. It's just kind of what they think. I'm making this video because I think I am qualified to tell you this. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I am. I don't know. I have had 2 sponsorships over the almost 3 years I've been riding, and I have my own brand now in which we have sponsored 2 people over the course of since when we started. So I've been sponsored, I've sponsored people, and all I do is listen to companies talk, and a lot of what they talk about is working with people, like sponsoring them, making deals with people. So I know quite a bit about how to get sponsored, but the BMX industry is a little bit different. Honestly, how to get sponsored, get on your bike and put in work. If I was making this video 10 years ago, I would say just ride. I'm not saying don't do that now. I definitely advise you to just ride your ass off. These days, it's more about followers. The whole point of a company sponsoring you is because they think that you can bring value to their company. They're not going to sponsor some random kid that can do a 180 because nobody's going to look at that kid and be like, oh, I want to be like him. You have to influence people and you have to bring in a crowd that like you. You can't be an asshole. No one's going to follow you. You can't suck. No one's going to follow you. You just have to be good and you have to have a following. You literally have to bring in some sort of value. And whether that value is being able to drop insane video parts or it's just drawing in a crowd. They're looking for someone who can influence other people into becoming their future customers. That's basically the whole point of a sponsorship, is to draw in more attention. Now you can go to competitions and win and get sponsored. Another way that's becoming more and more relevant is just posting on Instagram, tagging those brands, DMing those brands, creating a YouTube channel, promoting your own skill. Before we go any further, let's talk about the 3 types of sponsorships. There is the bottom level, which is flow. There is the second level, which is AM, and then there is obviously pro, where you get paid and you go on trips, and that's just you're all in for the brand. And then AM, the step below pro, it's basically whichever level you're on is how much work you're gonna put in, and it's how much you're gonna receive out of the company. So if you're flow, you're not really gonna have to do shit, and they're not really gonna do that much shit for you. So maybe you just take some pictures, send it in every once in a while. They're not gonna expect a full edit, therefore they're not going to send you on a full trip. They'll send you some free stuff. But whenever you move up to AM, you're going to be required by that company to do a little bit more, and they're going to do a little bit more for you in return. So you're basically just moving up the ranks. Not always on skill, sometimes just on how big your audience is and how much value you can bring to them, and then therefore they will exchange that value and give it back to you in the form of trips, being paid, free stuff, whatever. So those are the 3 levels. And pretty much what I talked about way before at the beginning of this video, I kind of did this backwards. I should have talked about this first, but I didn't. You just got to do all those things I said before. Just get on your bike, build an audience, bring some sort of value. You're not going to go to a job interview with no resume. You're going to have a resume built up of why you're qualified to work for that company. It's basically the same thing. I have this, I'm good at this, I can do this, I will do this for you. It's just, you're not going to show up to a job interview without a solid resume. It's the same thing about approaching a company about being sponsored. And you don't always have to wait for them to come to you. You can come to them. We live in a time of... The internet is actually insane. It's crazy. Literally, I'm sitting here talking to a bunch of people through a camera, and I could do the same thing through Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything I want. I can put out my content like crazy. I can put out my skills, build my following, and then contact any company in a matter of seconds. Every single BMX company in the entire world is within my phone. That's insane. Why don't you utilize that? Why don't you message these companies? Why don't you look up videos on how to get better at BMX? Look up videos on how to market yourself. There's just so much you can do. And being sponsored, there's a lot of upsides, but the good news is you don't have to be sponsored. There's other ways to ride your bike and do what you love and still get paid. There's several ways. There's also contests and whatnot. I have a whole nother video on how to make a living in BMX. You should definitely watch that because too many people are in love with bikes and are pretty good and they have full-time jobs. Like, cut that shit out, man. Come on. No company. Like, I know there's so many people that come up and they'll DM me and it's just some scooter kid with 300 followers who can do a tail whip flat. And they're like, oh, bro, I'm so good at selling. I can sell to my friends. But you don't really know anything about marketing. You don't know anything about selling, like really selling to like a large scale. You know small scales, convincing your friends to buy something. But what, you have like 5 friends? I need like thousands. I need a big scale. Companies need a big scale. So instead of just contacting companies left and right when you have like 500 followers and you can do like a bar spin, how about you focus your energy on growing your social media, improving your content, drop a banger edit to get noticed, because banger edits, how the hell do you refuse that? If you're a brand and you see this fire edit, you're like, shit, nah, you throw it in the trash. No, they're gonna be like, whoa, I want this kid repping my brand before any other brand comes at it. Like I said, if you got 500 followers and you like just a barsman, don't focus on contacting brands and wasting your time and getting discouraged. Focus on improving your skill, improving your fan base, improving everything you can, and build up a solid resume, and then go for those companies. I've also heard that you should not be like copy and paste emails to all these companies because it's just kind of, I don't know how to explain it. But I think like today's day and age, you should get your shit and your offers out to as many people as you can, and whoever replies back, boom, that's the easiest way. Oh, don't DM every company in the entire... Honestly, that's my advice. Get your word out there. Get an offer made. Make a deal. Be successful. Peace.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account. Yeah, in my bank account. I got 1, 2.